Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second preliminary final NRL today. And it's Axel Phillips here, representing Every Point's a Winner. And we've got a couple of anytime try scores to go through shortly before the kickoff. The kickoff is in exactly 30 minutes' time, or a little bit more than that. But we'll be going through some matchups after Melbourne destroyed Cronulla and are waiting in the grand final for one of these two sides, the victorious side, to go through to meet Melbourne next week in the grand final. And we finally got here, hey? Those 27 rounds seemed to go forever. And there were so many good sides that didn't quite get there because of severe injuries. Warriors were one of them. It was a miracle they got to the playoffs. Canterbury suffered with quite a few, but it was more the discombobulation of bringing in the brain surgeon and Serraldo bringing in the young kid and Galvin when they weren't interested. Canterbury weren't interested in, according to Gus Gould. Liar, liar, pants on fire. But anyway, it is what it is. And they paid the ultimate price for that as far as I'm concerned. Yes, they still lacked a little bit. Sexton was hot and cold. Reid Marnie, I don't think, should have been treated the way he was. But we won't go down that path. But it seems to be the best three sides are left in this competition. I think Canberra were one of the best sides, winning the minor premiership. However, they had their chance. They took their foot off the accelerator, and then the bunker fronts turned against them, and everything turned against them. But they really shot themselves in the foot against the Broncos. Somehow, I don't think Penrith will be doing that here, but you would expect up there with a massive, massive crowd behind them, you would expect Broncos to come out firing like a rocket, getting launched to Mars, which would probably never ever happen. And anyway, and if it has, a lot of it's just CGI, so you believe what you believe. What did my grandmother say? Believe half of what you see and none of... Was it half of what you see, yeah, and none of what you hear? She was right, the old dingbat. Okay. Let's have a look at these matchups today. It is Reece Walsh up against Dylan Edwards. Thanks for joining us here on Every Point's a Winner. And hopefully you've brought your little fun along with you. You might better get some tips on behalf of Every Point's a Winner. I was confident until the girls' game last night where we lost by 1 point. That was disappointing. But it seems to be with the females, the NRLW, both sides have gotten through 1 and 2, and as respected. But this one could be way, way different because today it's fourth versus seventh. So very, very interesting. It was an amazing competition to get us this far. And Penrith started off like one of those dogs that stay in the boxes when the lid's open. And they certainly have made a long, long, long run back. Can they keep it going? They've got really, really good teamwork at the moment. But I'm sure Coach Madge Maguire would be having a look at their possible weakness in defence, and send some of those big, fast players through for the Broncos. Okay, so it's Reece Walsh up against Dylan Edwards. That's a very good matchup. And number 2, Josiah Kapani up against Alamotti, another really good matchup there. Katoni Staggs off the 3 against Isaac Tago. A little bit of experience there for Staggs. Gimart Shibasaki up against Casey McLean. Casey McLean's been outstanding rookie, one of the outstanding rookies of the year, along with Thomas Jenkins for Penrith, and Blaze Talangi playing really well, and also Isaac Tago that finally gelled into the side. Adam Reynolds, we have on the wing Dean Mariner, number 5 against Brian To'o 5. Sure, To'o will be wearing his customary white headgear. Adam Reynolds in the 7, back into the team, up against Nathan Cleary, the freak legend, number 7. And now the forwards, Moses Leota, compact to the ground, but strong as an ox, strong as 3 oxes. Moses Leota up against Corey Jensen and another big giant for the Cowboys. For the Broncos, Corey Pikes. You got to watch him from dummy half. He'll try and lay the platform there. Mitch Kenny's the opposing 9 for Penrith. One of the best tacklers in the game, Mitch Kenny. There's Madge Maguire on the free-to-air TV, just going through the last minute preparations for this game. And of course, the loser bows out for the year, and the other one goes on to meet Melbourne in the grand final. Now we're up to Corey Pikes, the 9 against Mitch Kenny. We went through that. Payne Haas in the 10, giant of a man, but look who he's up against, another giant who may even be much taller than Payne Haas, Lindsay Smith. Just as elusive, probably not as lethal on the burst, but Lindsay, given close to the line and on being passed into a gap, is very, very hard to stop. Same with the next player, number 11, Brendan Piakora for the Cowboys. For the Cowboys. For the Cowboys, how many teams we going to have a go here? No, for the Broncos. Brendan Piakora. Hopefully he's not a Cowboy at the end of this match because we've got him as an anytime try scorer. He's up against Scott Sorensen, one of my favourite players, Scott Sorensen. Sustained an injury a little while ago, but he came back from it. Liam Martin is getting those crazy eyes again, ready for this preliminary final, number 2. And up against Jordan Ricky, another giant of a man. And Tyson Smoothie is in the 13 today, up against probably the most outstanding locks in the game, Isaiah Yeo. Doesn't score many tries, but if the opportunity's there, he certainly gets those grasshopper long arms out and gives it to players that are close to him, because guys like Lindsay Smith, even Cleary, any of the other players, Isaiah Ba'ali'i running onto the burst is very hard to stop near the line. So let's have a look at the interchange bench. It's Ezra Mam for the Broncos and Brad Schneider with the amazing blue eyes. Brad Schneider in the 14, Kobe Hetherington in the 15, and 15 also for Penrith is Liam Henry. The 16, big Xavier Willison. Sure will be used at the right moment in time against another legend. Very hard to stop on the burst near the line, Isaiah Ba'ali'i. And the 17 interchanges, Ben Tolte and Luke Garner for Penrith, Ben Tolte for the Broncos. We haven't got a photo on him. And then Jesse Arthurs is the emergency reserve, along with Dane Laurie for Penrith. So let's have a look at the odds. If you're playing anytime try scorer, and we'll let's have a look and see what our odds are today. We are approximately 14 minutes away from the kickoff. They're still going through their warm-up sessions at the moment. And let's have a look at these odds here as I'm just adjusting this dilapidated headphone set. It just keeps on. I've got to hold it to earth the wire. There's a bit of a loose wire in it. So the NRL, let's have a look at the odds. I'll quickly go over the try scorers that we have here, being tipsters that we are at ePaul. Every point's a winner. Had quite a few 3-leggers, not that many 2-leggers. One 2-legger we had here was Isaiah Pa'ali'i into Reece Walsh, so a try scorer from either side. And then we also backed Reece Walsh straight out, including Isaiah Yeo, because he was 10-1. I just had a feeling about him getting the ball over the line right on the dust today. Liam Henry is turning into a little bit of a surprise prolific try scorer. He was succulent odds at 9-1, so we picked him up as well. Lindsay Smith, one of my favourite players when he's chasing and when he's following both Yeo and the other legend there himself in the jaw, Nathan Cleary, and Lindsay Smith was good odds too at 9-1. And with the other play we had for Brisbane at 5.50 was Brendan P. Cora. And so that was all our bets there. And Isaiah Pa'ali'i should get the run probably after the 20th minute. We'll see when he's going to rotate the bench, Coach Cleary. So anyway, Penrith storming towards a match with talking about storming towards a possible rematch of last year's grand final. A lot of people dreaded that when they were given the possibility 5 or 6 weeks ago, but it seems to be coming true. But Broncos have got something to say before that statement is 100% correct. Had few. I don't like having 4-leggers, but only put them on for a smidgen, and we mainly had 4 3-leggers and 1 2-legger and 2 4-leggers, but no one's interested in them. But they were our try scorers. But we'll give you the odds in any case, so you know what you think is overs and unders on the TAB here. So let's go to the NRL. NRL, Brisbane will come up head-to-head 2.15, head-to-head $1.70 Penrith. And the last time they met, it was only in round 9, very early in the season, and Penrith gave Broncos a towel up at Suncorp Stadium, 32 points to 8. They had a bit of teething issues there, Broncos, under Madge early, and they have certainly bounced back over the last 6 to 7, 8 weeks. But they deserve their spot being there, and they've certainly packed their stadium out here. Let's have a look at the anytime try scorers for your odds here. Now, opening up the favouritism is Brian To'o. Brian To'o is $1.80. Paul Alamotti saying hello there, Riley Jenkins. Hello, Riley Jenkins. How are you, buddy? You can get the chat going there. As I said, once the game starts, I really can't take my eyes away from the free-to-air TV. Once the call starts, Katoni Staggs is 250 with Reece Walsh, 220. Dean Marin at 210. I mean, if you like these wingers, even money's 5-4. Even money's not too bad, especially if you're going to put a significant amount on. But we advise only for very small bets here on every points a winner. It's been one of our mainstays through the 27 rounds and into the finals. We've done exceptionally well this year, and especially breaking it down to 2 bankers, the 2 standout bankers, and then having 4 other players from 3rd to 6th and you have a 6th as a reserve in case one of your players don't make it before the game. Some of them don't make it through the warm-up, but it's been very successful for us this year. But obviously this game, I mainly wanted to focus on making it a good and exciting call. If it's anything like the Canberra and Broncos game, then we're up for an absolute treat, because that was a game for the ages. And strangely enough, I thought it was going to be a good game. So I preempted it and called it a game for the ages. And that 94-minute game that certainly took the sting out of Canberra, who got walloped by Cronulla in the do or die. And as it is, Broncos have had the week off and are now going to face up against a sizzling in-form Panthers side. But the thing I like about both of these sides, in broken play, or when they get through a gap, they can certainly finish off. Both of these sides, they're similar to when they both attack. You really enjoy watching these 2 sides. And Canberra were most entertaining side of the whole competition. Those guys in the early Warriors before they lost Barnett and Luke Metcalf, they were the entertainers, along with Lika Halasema, who scored one of the most incredible individual tries you'll see for some time. for a run on forward. So, as I said, there's a little bit of value if you look at those odds there. Karapani, I don't really call that, although he scored in every game recently, he's only even money. Alamotti, $1.85, that's skinny as well. And Brian, $1.80, you've got to expect that. At least if you can link them up with one or two of your bankers, then you might get something, but you have to put a little bit more on. There's big odds there if you want it for Dylan Edwards. There's odds all over the park there. Isaiah Tago hasn't scored for over in a day. Nathan Cleary tends to score once every second match. Today he is predicted not to score, but I just put him in a parlay just in case. Liam Martin hasn't scored for 3 matches. Isaiah Lee scored the last 4 matches out of 5, and that's why he was one of our standouts today. Brendan Pereira scored 2 games ago. Lethal on the burst, Brendan Pereira, close to the line. Ben Hunt hasn't scored forever and a day. Reynolds scored once 3 games ago, but hasn't had much field time of late. Payne has scored 2 back-to-back weeks, 2 tries, and that was 4 weeks ago. Actually 5 weeks ago with the rest off. Jordan Ricky, he went over once, big unit, Jordan Ricky. He went over once in about 4 matches ago. Mitch Kenny is just not a try scorer, but one of the greatest defenders Penrith have ever had. Brad Schneider went over 2 games ago. He's 9-1, and it's right you ticket the rest because they really haven't scored forever and a day. Right out to Corey Jensen. So there you have it. You have the odds. They're just going through a few more warm-ups. We're not that far away. We are approximately 10 minutes from kickoff. And we do ask those people that are actually listening, if you haven't subscribed, please join, because it's going to be a bigger and better year next year. We did have 2 commentators here, and Scotty, unfortunately, with his latest job, could not make it. But he's also he was disappointed that he didn't get a chance to call the Canberra and Broncos 94-minute game as well. But we will be covering the NRLW, and that'll be the game on during the day, and then we'll be covering the grand final next week. So please like, subscribe. Now, you don't have to like it, but it does help with the algorithm, and we get a little bit more notice when you do that. And also any news that I have, any schedules, we'll be able to put them up there for you, and it'll go directly to your messenger, or there'll be a signal for you that the program is not too far away or is up and coming. So touch wood that this game is not won by the bunker funds, the officialdom, and also the referee. Let's have a look at our referee for today. It is Matt Nguyen. Matt Nguyen is the touch judge. Dave Munro, the other touch judge. Chris Butler is the senior review official. I'm not a fan of Chris Butler. After some of the decisions in that Canberra Broncos game, and the reasons behind them. And Grant Atkins is your main referee. Well, he's not a bad type, Atkins, but the fact that you got Butler in the bunker, no comment. I have no comment on that. I just hope that the game is played fairly, and that there's no decisions that turn favouritism to either side. I really hope the best side wins, and I'm sure that'll happen. But you do hold your breath after that Canberra and Brisbane game, when I think Mr. Butler was in the ditch again, in the hidden video replay room. The bunker funts, as we like to call them. What was that old series on TV? With Alan Funt and Candid Camera. I think they tried it out here for a while, but it just didn't work. Aussies don't put up with that crap. But anyway, some of the things were funny, but I think a lot of them were set up as well. And most of those, I call them mindless reality TV programs. It's good if you've got nothing else to do. But we have got a game to call, and we are only about 4 minutes away from kickoff. We're getting closer, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to come up against Melbourne? Did Melbourne play good enough to win a grand final? Hughes blew me away because we always have him as an anytime try scorer here, along with Katoa for Melbourne. So Elise Katoa. So when he went over for that try, that broke my heart. I just didn't know whether he could have withstood any hits to that arm, but he got through the game with flying colours, and he was instrumental in their victory. Anyway, onwards and upwards today. This is the game that we're worried about, and I think because it's the home ground for the Broncos, we may be seeing the pink penny Panthers today. I actually like the Guernsey from last week, the black with the nice brown or gold pinstripes. Really, really nice. I thought, obviously, that's their main Guernsey, but people get used to them playing in the pink. And will they be in the pink today? Who knows? It's there's some very, very interesting matchups there. Some big forwards in both sides. Big forwards. And I'll just try this other headset. Give me a second. This one keeps on dropping out. Whoop. Where'd that from? Oh, come here. Come here. Come up here. Okay. Let's try this one. Last night, this one wasn't working any good. Okay. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. It's not as clean as the Audio Technica. They're really expensive headphones, but I need to get a new wire. Hopefully it's not the wire that bridges the two earpieces together, but yeah, it's a bit muffly, this sound I've got here. But it'll do, because now at least I can make sure my voice is recording properly. So we have 3 computers here, one with the footage, one with a little bit of glare coming through. Sydney's looking like semi-inclement skies at the moment, but it's still very bright. It's giving a lot of glare through the glass here. So we've got the other computer with our players, and the main reason we have that page open is to double check the interchange as they happen, because they can certainly copy by surprise. Just looking at the audience there, the audience. Looking at the crowd, it's massive. There's even parts of Penrith where they're outside the ground. Fields, they're having barbecues. A lot of Penrith fans just staying in the local area, I guess. The ones that couldn't get tickets, I'll just try that other headset again, because that's really muffly again. I'd rather have clarity than having my voice because it's underwater. All right, the teams are actually the teams here we go. The teams we've got a sound there, yeah, we've got a sound. The teams are warming up, and we are going to see the Pink Penny Panthers today. There's Casey McLean, Sorensen, Garner, Sorensen, and just in front of him there is Cleary. Cleary's going to lead them out. And on comes the Pink Penny Panthers of Penrith, trying to get to the next stage. The defending premiers. Looking up to the high heavens, there's Brian To'o. There's a man I think is going to have a big game, Yayo, or Yo, so I like to call him. Dylan Edwards, there's Katoni Staggs and Brendan Piakura. And now bringing them on, Adam Reynolds brings the Broncos onto the field. And to the delight of SUNCORP's very sunny SUNCORP Stadium, packed to the rafters. Looks like there's a couple of stallions on the field for the live mascot, and there are your matchups there on TV. You have Nathan Cleary against Adam Reynolds. So we're not far off a kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you've had to put a few of my value bets into your selections, and we can pick up some bickies. There's Leota, pumped up as ever. Atkins looking to both his touch judges here. We're about 30 seconds off a kickoff. He makes sure that their microphones are working, looks left, looks right, and we are 7 seconds to the countdown. May the best side win. Let's see who's going up against Melbourne. And off goes the kickoff. Down to Pink Penny Panthers. And running it out is Big Lindsay Smith, taking it to the 10-metre mark there of Penrith Panthers. Leota with a decent run, pushed back by Katoni Staggs there. That's Corey Jensen, and also the big man himself. And there, Hunt goes in for a tackle. They're caught just on the outside of the red zone there, nearly to the 40, nearly to the 30. And on the fifth tackle, Edwards, they get it out to Cleary. Cleary goes deep down to the right-hand side, and now it swings back to the middle. It's gone past Reece Walsh, but Reece Walsh picks it up on his own 10, does a little bit of a step, and picked up strongly there by Blaze Talungi. Blaze Talungi's got a little bit of a tint in his hair compared to Isaac Tugger, even though they're identical. And then taking it up there with a big run was Karapani. And that one was Dean Mariner that took the hit up. Some of them had haircuts. Oh no, Sorensen's not looking good. Oh no. Oof. Oy. He copped an accidental elbow from Reece Walsh. There was nothing untoward in it. Eesh. And then he had a little bit of a clash with Blaze Talungi's head. I think we've got a HIA here, no doubt. There's a bit of blood streaming from his nose as well. They'll assess him. Somehow he's going to go HIA, I reckon, Sorensen. Yep. Well, they've got no other choice. Accidental elbow to the head. And on comes Luke Garner by the looks of it. Coming on a lot earlier than usual. Not much you can do when Silence's going to be off for at least another 10 minutes. Getting assessed. Big kick here. Chasing hard as Broncos smashed Edwards. And who was that? Number 11, Piakura. Well, he's one of our boys, Brendan Piakura. With that moustache, he looks like a crazy Mexican, but no, he's a good player. Now, taking it up here is that Lindsay Smith again? It was Mitch Kenny with a nice run. Nearly to halfway. There is Moses Leota. Now, they give it to Cleary. Half of the players are storming through here, but he's got up all right, Karapani. And now Broncos are caught it just inside their red zone with Isaiah Yeo with a nice tackle. You knew the defence would be solid here. They're still on the edge of their red zone. It's only the second tackle, however. Tony Staggs with the bright yellow boots on today does a little bit of a sidestep, but picked up well there by Kenny. And Luke Garner, nice tackle there. And there's that Shibasaki was having a little bit of a run there. I don't know, that was Payne Haas. Okay, some of these guys look identical unless the camera's close to them, and I just saw the number at the last second. Alamotti gets the ball out there to Isaac Targo. Is that Targo? Or is that Blaze Talangi? Couldn't quite see the number. They've both got tints in their hair now. Anyway, it is Alamotti and working up Edwards just over halfway inside of the half of the Broncos here. Good run from Lindsay Smith. Picks up another 12 metres easily on the fourth. Cleary shapes the kick. They didn't fall for the dummy. And Jensen's in there with Tyson Smoothie. Now a kick from Blaze Talangi, but it's gone straight down the gurgler there. Oh, is that Shibasaki? I can't quite say. Is that Dean Marin, number 5? Dean Mariner. Okay, Broncos are caught in their own 10 here. Now Katani Staggs goes for a run, tries to milk a penalty, doesn't get away with it. Broncos are snapped in their own, just outside their own red zone now. Nice run from dummy half there from, is that Reece Walsh? Yes. Good run by Reece Walsh. Broncos on the attack. Lovely tackle from Brian To'o on Katoni Staggs. And now to the halfway with the 5th tackle kick. No pressure, though, on those two players. It's Alamotti being helped there by Dylan Edwards. And now Brian To'o with a run. Gets it nearly to the 30-metre mark of the Penrith end. And now with a nice run, is that Casey McLean? It's hard to see from this distance. They're showing something else on the inset camera. It looked like McLean anyway. But that is Dylan Edwards punching it up over halfway here. Nice little run. Had he been able to get the pass away, he has. Mitch Kenny to Yayo. Yayo's pumping over the 40-metre mark there. Into Penrith's half. Big kick now from Cleary. Not that much pressure. And it looks like Karapani's picked it out. Yep. Picked up there by Isaac Targo. Nice tackle there from Lindsay Smith and Mitch Kenny as usual. They're in their own 10-metre zone here. Good defence from Penrith. They're trying to minimalise any attack here from the Broncos. And there you go. With the head, Jordan Ricky with the black headset or head protection. And now it looks like Reece Walsh has put in a big dozer of a kick with a backspin. And it's gone straight back in. Well, play on. I'm pretty sure it's play on. Mariner looking to go further here. That ball went anywhere with a backspin. One of the big forwards jumped up like an AFL player to bring it back. There is Payne Haas. Hunt out a dummy. Now they're spinning it wide. There's a gap out wide, but well picked off there by Alamotti and Isaiah Tungo. Second tackle. They're doing all right, the Broncos here. Big run. Number 8, is that Jensen? Yeah, Corey Jensen. And now, great tackle right round the legs from Isaac Targo. That's a phenomenal tackle. And Alamotti over the top. Really good defence. And it looks like Shibasaki might have dropped the ball there. Yeah, it was. That's a phenomenal tackle from Isaac Targo. The young kid's really standing up today so far. There's a long, long way to go. And they're going to keep on trying to pick on him. No doubt about it. You've got to be happy with that tackle. They're going to get the ball 10 metres out from their own line here. We are nearly 9 minutes into the first half. And it's been fairly brutal on both sides of the defence. So far, Penrith are up on the 23-metre mark here. Is that Kenny with a run? Or is that Garner? No, it's Garner. A little bit slow. He's a little bit slow. Did he get it back? Did he get it back slam there? Hang on. He's only calling a knock on, is he? Geez, that's tough. Luke Garner. Back slammed. Did he reef it though? Not really. But yeah. Anyway, it went Penrith's way. So on the third tackle, they still hold the ball. Now a high shot, so Penrith will get a relieving penalty here. And that was Corey Jensen. Just went a little bit high there. And a nice kick. Makes another 15 metres to the 40 here. With Brian To'o about to get proceedings underway with Casey McLean. Casey McLean looked for a little jinking run there. Let's see how much ground they make up there. They've got a little bit of advantage here, Penrith. Lindsay Smith with a beautiful jinking run back to the left. It's got a nice little sidestep, Lindsay. And well read there by Shibasaki, who came up early. Along with, is that Hunt? And now pushing out wide here, is that Liam Martin? It is. And Kenny. Across the field here. Casey McLean. Caught about 2.5, 3 metres out from the line here. They're going to go the blind. Oh, nearly an intercept, 6 more. Cleary plays the ball. Big Lindsay trying hard to get the ball over the line. Still going. They can't get the giant on the ground. Now, I tell you, Pa'ali'i would be really good here, but he's not on at the moment. They're spinning it wide, but now they're going back to the middle. And it's the crazed man running. Liam Martin was looking for runners. No one wants it. Lindsay Smith on the third tackle, only 3 out from the line here. They go wide. Alamotti's going to score, say. He's got one down there, and I think Penrith get the first try. What a magnificent try they had. Very similar to last week's game. They just had to get the ball out. They had a little bit of an overlap with Alamotti out wide. And Alamotti goes over. He was $1.85, so don't get too excited. This is the first try of the match. Nice, quick hands. They've been doing that one a few times in the last 5 or 6 games, and Alamotti's just got such an amazing basketball dive there. He scored a few of them lately, and everyone goes up to Penrith. So Penrith get that first vital try, whether it means much in the long, in the over the long term. It's a good way to start anyway, no doubt about it. Just fast hands and the prolific try scorer, and I think he was second favourite in the betting to go those ATTS. Thanks for joining us here on Every Point's a Winner, but just those fast hands again had Karapani wanting. He couldn't cover Alamotti, and he certainly couldn't stop that phenomenal dive. I'll go back to that tackle that got Penrith the ball back, that try-saving tackle of Isaac Tungo out in the centres there. He did a cracking tackle, the best tackle so far in the game. That's a great kick from Cleary, straight between the posts. It was as wide as you could get it, since Alamotti scored about an inch from the in-goal touchline. Wow, good kick, and that'll be 6-0. Let's see if Penny Panthers can continue on, or the Broncos are going to hit back. Let's see. The defence has been solid from both sides, I must say. Alamotti barking some instructions there. And now the kickoff to look like Blaze Thalungi. Gives it to Lindsay Smith, losing his pants. And now with a little bit of a run up there. Is he back on, Sorensen? Or I can't see. They keep on showing different players. I can only call what's in front of me. That's Yayo with the ball. 6-0 Panthers to the 30-metre mark, making good ground. Liam Martin with a big, big run, makes another 13 metres there, but backslammed by Hunty, was it? No, it's Corey Pikes backslammed him. He's not wearing his little headgear. Brian Toto out on the wing. Sees another little kick here to Casey McLean. Casey McLean can't pick the ball up, though. They did that move last week, and it paid off. But Isaiah Pa'ali'i, the kick was much better from Brian Toto then, and resulted in a try. This time, he was definitely lining up for Casey, but Casey couldn't collect it. Once Katoni Staggs had him, and Reece Walsh sort of covered underneath. So Broncos withstand a possible try there from the Panthers, though I think Katoni Staggs always had it covered. It was just the kick wasn't good enough from Brian Toto. Ben Hunt asking for a penalty. I think he's lost the ball there, Shibasaki, but no, they play on and they get up to the 32-metre mark, just outside the 30 here of their own 30, the Broncos, and nearly getting through a gap there. He passed it a little bit low to Pierre Cora, and he couldn't continue that run. Oh, nice. It was top from top. Oh, God, he's a good player. Got the ball on a string most of the times. And that's a nice run from Casey McLean up to the 30-metre mark here. Now the 40, just over halfway. Was that Garner again? Yeah. Been pretty forceful since he came on for Sorensen's HIA. We might even see Papali'i soon. Big, big runs here from Penrith, but good defence there also out in the flanks by number 13, Tyson Smoothie. Not the greatest of catches there from Karapani, but he got away with it. Now trying to milk a penalty. Broncos are working it away nearly to the 30-metre mark. Someone's got some mad cramps there. Don't know who that is on the ground. It's probably the big fella that they're about to bring on. Broncos still trying to milk penalties. And they finally get one. Lindsay Smith didn't even have hold of him, and he kept on diving on the ball. I don't like when that happens. That dive there, that from Dean Mariner, that's I'm sorry. That's really disappointing. I could say another expletive, but I won't. Try and keep it professional here. Broncos with the penalty, one penalty apiece. They're at the 40-metre mark inside of Penrith's half here. Oh, there's a sight for sore eyes. Captain Yayo's got blood streaming out of his eyebrow. Must have had another head clash. It's not a badly running one. The trainer will just tape him up. Little bit of gaffer, bit of band gaffer. Oh, that one's the medical gaffer, I'm sure. But gaffer would do the job. Holds everything down, including microphone leads. Now with the tap. Jordan Ricky with a headset. Nice backline work here with Walsh. Getting down to, looks like Karapani. He's going to be taken out in the touch. That's good defence from Penrith. Karapani with a little bit of inexperience there has been carried over. And that's how to snuff out a Broncos penalty. Look at that. You don't think these guys are keen enough to get to their, sixth grand final in a row? Big run there from Brian Toto. Nearly had his headgear pulled off him. And now they're at the 30-metre mark, nearly to the 40 of their own half. On the second tackle, McLean been roughed up a little bit there by Big Payne Huss. And there's Pikes going in there with Jensen. And also Gordon Ricky with the headgear. Nice backline work here from Penrith. They stuffed that because the pass to Edwards was a little bit behind him. So that play broke down. They did have a small overlap where Karapani was fielding. Rightio, when defending, should I say, or fielding. I'm not playing cricket here. Bit of a kick here. Don't know who kicked that. It's gone nowhere, and Broncos have cleared it up just outside their own 10-metre mark here. Still looking for relieving penalties, the Broncos. That's good defence there from Moses Leota. They're just getting outside their red zone, Broncos here. And they got to the 30-metre mark. That's another good run. Looked like Piakura. Okay, Jensen. Nice kick here, but it's gone straight to Brian To'o, who's going to make another 10 or 12 metres here. They've tried to smash him into tomorrow. Big tackle there from Jordan Ricky. The Penrith continue to make good ground. There's Blaze Talungi going into dummy half. Nice little jinky run. Is that Almotti coming off the wing to have a run? Yes. And feigning to pass there, Nathan Cleary to the 40-metre mark. It's the fourth tackle, so they're going to get a decent kick in there, you'd think. But they need chasers. And someone's dropped the ball. I think Reece Walsh has dropped the ball, has he? No, it's going to be a changeover. They're saying that there was a knock-on from Penny Panthers. Yep, off Isaac Targo. So good decision. They got one right for a change. And now just working it out at their 12-metre mark now nearly to the edge of the red zone are the Broncos. That's the second tackle. Big run by Payne Huss. Monstered by another monster, Lindsay Smith. Hunt. Walsh has dropped it clean here, and if Isaac Targo picks it up, it would have been away, shut the gates. The first knock-on will go to Broncos. And so, nice tackle from Cleary. He realised that he wasn't holding it with too much ball security, and he hit him exactly where he's holding the ball. Great work from Cleary. Reece Walsh has got to do better than that. I mean, we're going to have a look at the stats at halftime after we have a small break, but that, because we've only got about 18 minutes left, nice run from To'o. They keep on making mistakes on the first and second tackle and inviting Penrith to have a clean shot at them. Lindsay Smith, Mitch Kenny, dummy half. Looks like a nice run. Is that Leota with the tats? Yep. Only 12 metres out from the line here, shifting it back to the Leota again. So that was Yo as well. Oh, he's run into a Nathan Cleary, ran hardcore there, nearly busted through. They're only 3 metres out the line here. Little chip. Smith, Garner's there, and he'll keep him in the dead ball, and it'll be a drop out. Nice chase from Luke Garner. Nice little kick from Penrith. And Jordan Ricky was caught. He's either got a hard head, Cleary, because I did notice that at first. Short drop out, and I think it's failed to go the 10. This will be a penalty to the Panthers here. They went for Reynolds went for a very short drop out, so the tap on the 10-metre mark here. And now Isaiah Pa'ali'i is on. That's the guy they needed 5 minutes ago. Now, big Luke Garner trying to burst through. Let's see if they can utilise Pa'ali'i. They've used him as a dummy. Targo this time targeted well by Shibasaki. Awful pass, but luckily Isaiah Pa'ali'i had the nous to run onto it. Lindsay Smith uses a cutout there. I wouldn't be cutting out Lindsay Smith. I'd be going, go now, run hard. Nice kick through. I can't see. There's bodies everywhere. They're trapped here. Oh, well done by Reece Walsh to get it out to the 22-metre mark. Oh, no, he hasn't. He pointed for Penrith to get back on side. Now he's pulled him back to the 10-metre mark. Little jinking run there from Mariner, is it? Can't quite see the number. To the 20-metre mark. Oh, he's thrown Mitch Kenny off there like a Ferris wheel. Reynolds plays the ball. Nice kick here. And it's going down. Is that Alamotti or is it Isaiah Tungo? Can't quite say it's Isaiah Tungo, is it? To the 20-metre mark. No, it's Alamotti. Camera's so far away here. He just caught it like a slips catch and brought it into his chest. Brian To'o surely gets a penalty for that one. No, he had the ball ripped from him. To'o with no ball security. Now a chance for Broncos to fight back here. Isaiah Yeo with the taping on his hair brings him down. Big run there. Is that from Brenton? No, it's 16. Who's on for Broncos? Xavier Willison's on. Intercept. Is that Casey McLean that says intercept the ball? I don't think anyone else will catch him. If that's Casey McLean. He's going to go straight under the post here. And of course, it's a penalty. I wonder why he stopped running halfway through it. Oh dear, penalty. They're offside. The Penny Panthers, and they're calling case of a claim back 90 metres. They're showing the replay of what happened there. He must have called him offside, Atkins. I don't know. They're going to go for the. Surely you wouldn't go for 2 points here. You'd want to get a try, surely. But they haven't really held the ball very well. Are they going to go for the touch here? Yep. Reynolds, 10 metres out. Can they put Big Piakura through? Brian Totter gets it out of his own. There's been a penalty. What's happened here? Bit of pushing and shoving. Someone's having a go at the big fella, Xavier Willison. He was on the burst. He never would have scored even if he caught it. And now he's having a go at Lindsay Smith. Interesting. I don't think anyone's going to get sent to the sin bin here. Play the ball or pack the scrum. That's all I can say. It should be Penrith's loose head and feed. Oh, loose head. They don't even use loose heads anymore, do they? It's fed straight into the second half. Anyway, it is what it is. Alamotti, by the looks of it, takes the first hit up. 12 metres out from the line. They're going through the time, cutting him through like a hot chocolate cake. It's only 14 minutes to half time. Isaiah Ba'ali'i bounced off the shoulder there of Piakura. Now at the 40, good run from Isaac Tungo. Nearly to the halfway line. Dylan Edwards nearly put Lindsay Smith through a gap then. Kick from Cleary here, not too much pressure. And picking the ball up really well there is Karapani by the looks of it. And now on their own, probably 15 metres out from their own try line, it is Big Shibasaki. A little bit flat here, Broncos. They're not going anywhere. Dean Mariner caught with the ball from Yayo. Good tackle from him. And another sizzling tackle there from Case McLean on Katoni Staggs. Cut his legs off. Gone for a bit of a 40-20 kick here. And he's going to get it. Oh, hang on. He's kept it back in field there, Edwards. That's great work. That was a certain 40-20 from Reece Walsh. What an effort for Edwards to keep that ball in. We'd have to like to see a replay of that one. Must have been inches in it. They're just showing it now. Yeah. One more step, he was over the line. Now, Penrith have the ball 40 metres out from their own line, nearly to the halfway. It's the fourth tackle. It's a big run. Is that by Alamotti again? Really taking the pressure off his forwards. And 15's on now Liam Henry. We'll just double check that. Yep. Big kick from Cleary, but lovely take there. And a penalty from someone was tackled after the kick, were they? Karapani caught the ball, but it's a penalty to the Penny Panthers here. Now we've lost sound altogether. And Penrith are on the burst there. Is that Liam Henry? And now Luke Garner trying to force his way through. I think if they use Pa'ali'i out on the flanks here, they could come up with some. They got him with a bit of a late tackle there, but I don't think it's going to result in anything bad here. Garner's got some blood coming out of his The way he was pulled down there, I don't know how illegal that was. That third tackle is dangerous. I don't know whether it was Piakura or who it was that hit him underneath, or Mariner. It looks like it's the replacement reserve Xavier Willison that hit him. So if they do get a penalty from that tough tackle, otherwise it's just play on. We've gone to a commercial break on the free-to-air TV, so we don't know exactly what's happened. If Penrith do have the ball, whether they'll get a penalty is another thing altogether. Thanks for joining us here on Every Point's a Winner. This is living up to a decent game, but there's only 6 points in it, and they will go in respect of the Broncos to punch the extra 2 points over here, Nathan Cleary, to get more than a converted try in front. That's a fair mark of respect from the men who finished fourth in the 27 rounds. And Cleary puts it right between the post. So, have we got any of our anytime try scorers? No. Well, there's only been one try. And so this is what happens. You go ballistic with anytime try scorers and you get a game that's really, really tight. And then you've got to sort of hold your breath for the second half that some of these anytime try scorers start opening up a little bit and the fatigue comes into the match. But, sometimes you're better off going for another angle somewhat. But anyway, it's still 10 minutes of the first half left. And that was a nice run from the kickoff from Isaiah Pa'ali'i. And Luke Garner takes it up the second hit. Nice little run from Liam Henry's, as crazy as ever. He's still running with energy. Yayo. Looks like he's wearing headgear, but it's just the strapping on his cut eyebrow. Now, Edwards tries to throw a little bit of a dummy there. That didn't go so well. Caught by Shibasaki. And also number 15 for Kobe Hetherington's on for the Brisbane Broncos. Now, a little bit of a jinking run there off the wing from Karapani. Karapani tackled by Mitch Kenny. Leith and also Luke Garner there goes in with Pa'ali'i. It's the second tackle. And now Penrith are just holding them inside of their own 30-metre mark here. Now to the 40. It's a better run from the big fella, the replacement reserve there, Xavier Willison. It looks like Ezra Mann's on. The controversial figure. I'm sure they've let him live it down by now. Onwards and upwards for you, mate. Hopefully you've learnt your lesson. And now Edwards takes it out just past his own 10-metre mark here to the 13, to the 20, on the edge of the red zone. Another great run by Alamotti. So far, he's having an outstanding match. And that's a nice run by Isaac Tungo there. Nice run indeed. Liam Henry, with his black socks, takes it up nearly to halfway. Great run by Liam. And that's Blaze putting in that kick, I think. Blaze Talangi. So it goes down. Oh, and Reece Walsh is away. He's buffeting off people like a pinball. Like a bumper stopper. Nearly got through then, but Liam Henry ran into Liam Henry. Now he does his shoelaces up there to the halfway. And it's the first tackle here for Broncos. Finally into a slightly better position than what they have been. They haven't been able to hold the ball with good ball security, and it's been solid defence from Penrith. Luke Garner pulls Mitch Kenny off that tackler. Now they're to the 30-metre mark here. 30 out on the 5th. They go for a short pass here. A little Piakura on the burst. But he got hit high, I think, by Liam Henry. He's staying down on the ground. Bakura, get up, son. Play the ball. You're all right. Play on. Now, with Reynolds with this cross kick here. Across the face of the field. It goes to Penrith. Up to Broncos. Is that 6 more? Or was that the last tackle? That's the last tackle. Well, went into Dean Mariner's hands. Wow. Bounced back into his hands. And now Penrith will tap it on their own 10-metre mark. They'll need a good sit here to try and get out of their own red zone, Penrith. They need a couple of really good hit-ups. And that looks like Casey McLean going for a nice run. He's caught just on the edge of the red zone. And, of course, he was tackled there by the big fella, Xavier Willison. Also in there is Ezra Mann and Corey Peice. Okay, just getting over the red zone there, Pa'ali'i on the third tackle. That was a really good hitter. Nearly to the halfway here. Good line speed here, McLean to To'o. To'o didn't have the room he was supposed to have down the sideline, and now he's got to find coverage on the fourth tackle, and it's a head-high tackle. So they'll get another penalty here, the Penny Panthers. Flat pass there. Good fast hands, but here's where it broke down because it was good defence there from Katoni Staggs. Sort of showed him the sideline, but there was a head-eye in there. Brian's only quite tiny to the ground, speedy and muscly, but they've got the tap. They're only 25 metres out from scoring a try here. Big run by Isaac Tungo there. On the burst, Liam Henry. He's a lethal barge ram, battering ram like in the old medieval days. And now they're spinning it out. Oh, good hands. Well, Brian Tyler's going to be caught here, though. Good sliding defence there from the Broncos. That was too predictable. They needed to stop cutting out the big fellas and just send them on the burst. Now trying to get through is Yayo himself. Mitch Kenny. Whereas Liam out fast hands to Alamotti. Alamotti's going to score. He comes around and scores the easiest of tries. And they've virtually done the same from their first try. And that's exactly what happened last week. They're like a well-oiled machine. That's really disappointing. Someone fell over in front of Alamotti and they let go of him. So it was easy for great fast hands. I think that was Isaac Tungo who just knocked it sideways straight into Alamotti's hands. But someone fell in. Let's have another look at it. Yeah, Dylan Edwards to Isaac Tungo. And then here. Oh, it was Reece Walsh. He tried to tackle him off the ground. Well, that's not going to happen. Look at the size, the muscly body type of Alamotti. He's got those giant athletic legs, which is going to give you a sidestep that you're going to be hard pressed to stop, and you can't tackle him off the ground like that. But someone's come in for a flying tackle here. There, who was that? 14. Ezra Mann missed him. Well, they've got to be bitterly disappointed with that Broncos. One of their biggest problems. I'm just looking at a few things that the gents have said. Hi, Simon Paul. Simon Penny. And will he get this one as well and put them out to a 14-point lead? Look at the crowd. It's like the back of an old rugby league card. Picturesque. Didn't miss that. These guys have been playing this incredible professional style that's won them the last 4 grand finals. They've been playing it over the last 3 or 4 games. It all started probably even the game before when they went to the Warriors. The way they played was with so much precision against the Warriors and knocked them out of the comp. I thought they're fully back. They're only waiting for those 1 or 2 extra players. But really, I have to say, Broncos have shot themselves in the foot here, and it's just been, so far, the fast hand brigade out on that wing there where Karapani is fielding. I think Broncos have got the ball here from a mistake off the kickoff. So here's a chance for the Broncos to hit back. Piakora plays the ball. Taking the ball. Oh, someone's trying to get up there. Mitch Kenny. Taken out by Liam Henry. And now Piakora tries to go himself. Well, they look for Katoni Staggs. Another big giant on the burst here. Is that Xavier Willison? I think it is. The camera's so far away. They're spinning it out on the third tackle. And that was Payne Haas can't get through. He's 3 metres out. 12 metres out from the line here. Looked like Willison again. Is it on the burst? And is that Payne Haas? Someone's storming through, but he hasn't got over. It is Payne Haas. Good defence from Penrith. And that was the last play. So Penrith get the ball. They don't want to make another mistake like they did off the kickoff. And Paul Alamotti takes it up to the 10-metre mark here. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Would have helped if Haas went over the line there, but he had a lot of defence on him. The idea was right, but they haven't been able to score yet, the Broncos, mainly from poor ball handling and really high-pressure defence from the Penny Panthers. Now, nice deep here. Look how deep they stand. They create so much room for each other. But great defence there from Ezra, man. Put Targo right on his back. Bit of a midfield roost to the 30 there. That's going to go straight down Reece Walsh's hands. And now caught with the ball. Is that Mariner? Plays the ball. Now to Katoni Staggs. Pushes Isaac Blaze to Lucky flying there. Okay. Broncos with the ball. That Payne Haas still trying to make ground. Doing everything he can. Try and get to the halfway. There's only 16 seconds left. Good tackle from Yo-Yo there on Kobe Hetherington. Nearly bursting through here was Ezra Mann, but stopped by Liam Martin. They got half a chance with 3 seconds left. Getting the ball out to Karapani. And that'll be half-time, I'd imagine. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a little bit of a break. We'll come back. Thanks for joining us on Every Point's a Winner. We'll come back from a break and we'll go over the stats, time and possession. We'll also have a look at the best tacklers in the game so far and have a little bit of a discussion. Okay, so none of us have got any of the try scores. I know I've chucked Alamotti into a few 3 and 4 leg parlays, but it really is just that poor Alamotti show at the moment, isn't it? All right, guys, time for a toilet break and we'll be back very shortly. Thanks. Don't go away. Like and subscribe, comment, and continue to talk in the chat list. Cheers. Okay. Time for a coffee, time for a break. They're just showing some of the great tries from Alamotti. Virtually, hang on, let's have a look at the try scorers. We'll have a look at the time and possession and what have you. A few messages here. Okay, so disorganised Reese getting no ball. Yeah. Yeah, mate, they need to complete some full sets of six. We'll have a look at that in a minute here on Every Point's a Winner. Thanks for contacting us, Scotty. They might be able to turn it around in the second half, but they really need to score to be one of the first teams to score in the second half, no doubt about it, because Penrith are getting their back up. And anyway, we'll have a look at the stats now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, as we now look at the stats, it's got quite a few messages coming through. We'll have a look at the stats on the NRL.com website. So it's 14-0, 2 tries to Paul Alamotti and 2 conversions, 2 from Cleary plus that penalty goal. Okay, now, player stats. So we'll look here at the tackles. Just looking for some of the top tacklers here. Surely can't be right. There we go. Ben Hunt, 14 tackles. He's getting through a lot, isn't he? Corey Jensen, 22. Corey Pikes, about 28. Payne Haas, 32. Gone for a mountain of work there. Brendan Piakura, 20. Jordan Ricky, 30. Now, they've had to do a lot of tackling because they can't complete sets of 6. Tyson Smoothie, 24. Kobe Hetherington, since he came on, 18. And Xavier Willison, 14. Well, there you go. So let's have a look at the Panthers now and see who their top tacklers are for the game. And here we go. So Lindsay Smith, 20. Mitch Kenny, 19. Lindsay's got through a powerhouse of work. Now, here's one that really surprised me. Isaac Tungo, who did exceptionally well, one of those try-scoring tackles, which jolted the ball free out of Reece Walsh's hands. He's done 13. That's phenomenal. 21 to Yo, 19 to Liam Martin, only 3 to Scott Sorensen because of that HIA. Lindsay Smith with 20. Mitch Kenny, 19. We already went over that. Let's go to the other team stats, as they're still showing replays from the first half. Completion rate, Panthers 87%, Broncos only 78. All runs meters, my goodness. Broncos 690, 1,004 from Panthers. That's phenomenal. Post-contact meters, 256 to the Panthers. A little bit better for the Broncos, 274. Line breaks 2-0 for the Panthers. Tackle breaks here, 26 tackle breaks to Panthers and 24 to Broncos. So they wouldn't be happy with that either, coach. Average set distance, 41.85 metres from the Panthers and only 36 from the Broncos. Kick return metres, 132 to 56 in favour of Panthers. And just having a look here, the total passes are 166 for Panthers and only 101 for Broncos. A lot of that's because they haven't been able to complete their sets of 6. Kicking meters here, fairly even, a little bit more to the Panthers. Kick defusal, 60 and 62% respectively, 62 to Broncos. Tackles made. This may murder the Broncos unless the rotation is good enough to stop the fatigue. 236 tackles made as opposed to 174 Panthers. That's got to gas you. So it's 89% effective tackles, the Broncos, and 87% effective tackles to the Penny Panthers. But the missed tackles are 26 from Broncos and 24. But it's the amount of tackles that they've had to make. Ineffective tackles here, 1 to Panthers and 3 ineffective tackles to the Broncos. Errors and negative play, 7-5 to the Broncos. Penalties conceded, 4-2 to the Broncos. Ruck infringements, 1-0 to the Panthers. So there you go. What do you think they need to do? They obviously need to score first. And it might be all right. It might open up the game a bit, because if Panthers score again, will they just suffocate the sides like they usually do? I'd like to see some try scorers so we can get some of our money back. But anyway, if you've had Paul Alamotti to score 2 tries, he was a very, very short second favourite at $1.75 or $1.85. So unless you got him to score twice, well, you're a legend if you did, because it's the times I've had these try scorers, the ones that are odds on to score twice, they'll only ever score 1. But yeah, well done if you've got Alamotti to score those 2 tries. Yeah, we'd like to see a lot more open play here from both sides. But what I noticed, the Broncos have to at least get better completion rates happening. Otherwise, their chance of getting to the grand final is going to be well and truly over. They can't afford to play like that in the second half. Not if they're going to give themselves a sniff. I think Pa'ali'i should have been brought on about 5 minutes earlier when Panthers needed a battering ram. And at that stage, they didn't even have Liam Henry on there. But it's been, for segments there, they've been doing so many tackles, an extra 60-plus tackles more. It's not, whether that turns into fatigue in the second half, we're soon going to find out. You'll think both sides will go through a level of fatigue just from the sheer pace of the game. But anyway, a big hello to Riley Jenkins there. And the other gentleman is Simon Penny, or S.A. Penny as he likes to call himself. Vez has got some leftover food for me after this. That'll be fantastic. Can't wait to get some of that nice meat into me. I'll need it after this game. I'm going to need all my energy. They're nearly coming back out. They're not too far away. A kickoff in the second half. We need some big fellas to score here for us to pick up some bickies. That girls' game cost us a little bit last night. Although I had 2 or 3 of the try scorers, we didn't have the right ones. And that's what happens. We had all the top try scorers like Isabella Kelly and Penatani to score, but they didn't cross. Okay, we're not too far away, ladies and gentlemen. Who will meet Melbourne in the grand final next week? It's your guess is as good as mine. But at this stage, looking at the scoreboard, you would think it's going to be the Panthers. But Reynolds is still looking psyched there in the 7. And there is Reece Walsh. He needs to inject himself into the game a little bit more. They're really guarding up on him. But so far, my man of the match is not Alamotti, but Isaac Tago for that tackle on Reece Walsh. Now, Brisbane from the kickoff, 40 minutes from their ultimate destiny, these two sides. Well, at least to get to the grand final anyway. The ultimate destiny is to put that shield above their head, isn't it? Anyway, over the 23-metre mark here, that looks like Corey Jensen pumping it up a little bit there. And also with the headgear, you've got Jordan Ricky taking it up over the 40-metre mark with a very, very good run. Is that number 15, Kobe Hetherington? And now to the halfway, is that Payne still giving his all. He's like one of those mad warriors that keep on coming at you. He's got a half an arm cut off. Unbelievable. In a medieval battle, they just keep coming. Nice kick, but no pressure. And it's gone straight into Dylan Edwards' hands. Ezra Mam hit him really hard there. Gave him a little bit of a shake-up. And now they're 13 metres, nearly to the 20-metre edge of the 20-metre mark. On their own red zone here, Panthers. And a good run from Isaac Targo there. Will he stop from getting pushed back? There's Ben Hunt. And Isaiah Pa'ali'i with a lovely, lovely run. Nearly got his arm twisted off him. And Isaac Targo with a good run now to Liam Henry. Good run. Liam Henry's making a lot of ground through the middle there, which is really helping Penrith's cause. And now there's that Blaze Talangi with a kick over the top. He sees a little gap there, but fortunately it bounced straight into Reece Walsh's hands. And Reece Walsh brings it up to his own 10-metre mark there on the first tackle. And now with a run, Dean Mariner is caught by Yayo and also a good tackle from Ivan Cleary. Nathan Cleary, sorry. If Ivan was in there, he probably wants to be in there, actually. That's a classic. Okay. Anyway, a little bit of humour. And that's Pia Kura taking it up now. Actually, that's the big fella, number 16. Number 16, Xavier Willison. They all look similar, these giants. Anyway, taking it up here is number 12 in Jordan Ricky with the headgear. The little kick through here. It's not going anywhere. Straight down to Dylan Edwards. Some of the Broncos chased it, but all in vain. Now Penrith have it. We are 3 minutes into this second half and nearly getting to the halfway here at Penrith on the second tackle. And a lovely, lovely hit up. Another 12 metres he's made there. Brian To'o getting his side out of a lot of damage here. Good work there from Liam Henry with a headgear. Mitch Kenny. Kenny to Pa'ali'i. They need to get a little bit closer here. It's the fifth tackle, 20 metres out. Nice kick from Cleary, but if they get up there, he's come up like an AFL player there, Reece Walsh, and that's a fantastic take. Fantastic. Oh, he's got the ball with the line wide open. And here, play on. Pa'ali'i might go himself, will he? No, it's Alamotti again. Alamotti nearly went. Oh, dear. The ball handling is awful here, Broncos. What are you doing in front of your home crowd? A nice little St. George effort here with Casey McLean working with Dylan, looking for runners there. Dylan Edwards. Cleary, back to Pa'ali'i, just missed. A metre out from the line. Where's Liam Henry when they need him? Running around Cleary. Trying to get through big Isaiah Yayo. Gone the open side here, but gone to Liam Henry. Liam's still going, but brought down by Big Payne Huss and Brendan Perkura. Oh, they don't always need to go for those crazy passes, Penrith. I think they could still come one off the ruck. Someone needs to get in a dummy half. Mitch, he's given it to... Oh, he's overrun him there on the last tackle. So maybe Cleary did the right thing. They've got to run another 95 metres to score here. someone overran the ball, so Cleary just kept it. Big tackle there from Garner and Liam Henry. Liam Henry's got him a little bit high. So relieving penalty. As a bit of blood comes out of, and that was Dean Mariner that fell into that tackle, was it? Yeah. I guess Henry thought, if you've got a bloody nose, I can have a bloody nose too and give you one. But silly penalty because he's just taken all that beautiful pressure they had from that last set of six. They've just blown it and opened the door ever so slightly for the Broncos here. So at the moment, it is Ben Hunt out of dummy half. Gives the ball there to Payne Haas. Haas plays the ball nearly into the 40-metre zone of Penrith here. Reece Walsh looking for runners. He's found Shibasaki. Shibasaki tries to keep it alive, but well caught there by Papali'i, Edwards, and Liam Martin. Now, nearly to the 20-metre mark here, just on the edge of the red zone. Taken out there was the big fella, Xavier Willison. Payne Haas on the burst. Payne Haas is still going. What a run from Payne Haas. Caught narrowly by Pa'ali'i. The big fella tries to go himself. Pikes Jensen coming through. He looks like he's offside there. Katoni Staggs. He truly looks like he's offside, but it's a try to the Broncos. I'd like to see where he ran from. It's amazing if he's got it, Katoni Staggs, but I'd love to see where he came from. Was he onside? This is the $99 question. Oh, it looks. They'll probably give it to make the game interesting. Like to see another angle of that. Just seemed a bit like he was a foot in front of him. Atkins wasn't sure. He was looking at his linesman. And he had no other choice but to award the try. If it stays, then it is 14-4 with a conversion to come. Oh, who came up? Who the hell was that? Just trying to see who drifted forward. Oh, Blaze Talangi. What are you doing, Blaze Talangi? Well, you deserve that. Broncos deserve that hit back because Blaze Talangi drifted forward. He had no indication to his players around him what he was doing, and it created a massive overlap. Oh, he's just got inside the post, Reece Walsh. I wouldn't have wanted to be much flatter. Would have hit the crossbar. Just got it over. So that's now 14 points to 8, is it not? Just going to commercial adverts while we wait for the kickoff. That's 14-6. 14-6 on the 48th minute. 31 minutes to go. Payne Haas with a hit up from the kickoff. Nice run there from Jordan Ricky with a headset. Good run by Katoni Staggs. He's got into fourth gear after that try. Broncos working it down towards the halfway here. A little bit of a flat pass. He got away with it, Brendan Percura. And now a big bomb down to Penrith here, but Edwards come up with a lovely catch. Shibasaki's got him though. And he's going to be playing the ball about 18 metres out from his own line. Good run from Elamotti, a little bit of a jinking run. Edwards must be happy with his ball handling today so far. We won't curse him. Good run there from Blaze to Luggy. It was actually Isaiah Tungo. They've both got tint foils in their hair, please. Mitch Kenny had a dummy half. Liam Henry's picked up there by Percura. And the other big giant. And Xavier Willison. Okay, bringing it back here from Penrith kick is Karapani. Coming off that wing also, that looks, is that Reeves Walsh having a little bit of run? Can't quite see who that is. It's Shibasaki. Out of dummy half now. Ezra Mann. And now going for a 40-20. And he'll get it, I think. Is that a 40-20 from Ben Hunt? Or he's just missed it by the looks of it. Ben looked like he was going to get a 40-20 there, but I think it's missed by a golden slip of whiskey. Yeah. It had a bit of a backspin on it. Had it bounced normally, he would have picked it up and they would have got the ball back to Broncos. As it is, on the 20-metre tap here to Brian To'o. Brian To'o. And now a good run. Oh, silly run. Two giant mistakes from Penrith here are letting Broncos back into the match, and it's Blaze Talungi. I'd nearly pull him off if I was the coach. That's awful. One, you come out of the line and you set up Katoni tag strike, and on the second tackle, you can't even hold the ball. That's awful, Blaze Talungi. This was the area that Broncos were going to target. And they don't have to help him to drop the ball like that. There is a little bit of moisture on the slippery ground there. And now working the ball forward here, the Broncos with Ezra Mann. He's just lost the ball totally there, but now he might have got his side a penalty. And would you imagine they'll go for the 2 points here? They're going to go for it? Yep. Because then there's only going to be a converted try in it. Yep, it'll be 14-8 if they get it. So that's what they're waiting for, the kicking tee. Something's happening with Ezra Mann. I don't know whether he's got a... I don't know why they're showing him. I have no clue. Full ground there at Suncorp. Oh, they're taking the tap. Thought they would have went the 2. Let's see if this is the right decision or not. Blaze Talungi is just giving it to Broncos on a platter. Good run there. Was that by Jordan Ricky? Ben Hunt from dummy half. Reynolds. Mann. Taken out by Cleary there. And Liam Martin. Third tackle. Broncos shifting the ball around. Is that Kobe Hetherington? Going back and forth here. Not much going on. Doing a little bit of a run there, Reece Walsh. Can't get through. Good defence from Leota and Liam Henry. 10 metres out from the line on the last play. They've spotted Shibasaki, but that's a fantastic tackle by Isaac Tungo. So far, he is my man of the match. Even though we don't have a winner at this stage, his defence has been superb tonight. Unlike Blaze Talungi, who's having a shocker, and I'd be scared to give him the ball, to be blatantly honest with you. If I was Penrith, Brian To'o tries to get it out of their own danger zone here. They're still in their red zone. on the second tackle now. Trying to get through plays to make up for his mistake. Casey McLean takes it down nearly to the halfway line here. Not such a good pass from Edwards, but they've found a gap out wide here. Liam Henry. It's actually Liam Martin. Another good run there of 12 metres from Liam Martin. Mitch Kenny's calling for a penalty. And now it's an up and under on the 20. But it goes straight into Reece Walsh's basket. Is it not? Or is it Ezra Mann? Something's happened here. What's going on? There's players laying all over the place. Are they going to hold a play? There's a fight. Oh, I'm lost. I didn't even know where the ball was. The camera just went off the ball. I saw someone running down the touchline with the ball, and next minute there was a mad fight. Oh, Ezra Mann's got him with a cheap bit of a rough tackle there, Ezra Mann, and was a pushing match with him and Cleary. Whether they'll both go to the bin, who knows? But the actual live play nearly ran into Cleary and Ezra Mann. Oh, yeah, he's him on the back of the neck there and pushed him on the back of the neck. I mean, that's nothing. That's like sissy stuff. He didn't like that. He didn't like that tackle on Ezra Mann, and I think Liam Henry couldn't help himself. Penalty to Broncos, and they pointed it at Cleary for being the aggressor, the dissident aggressor. Liam Henry's still going off, saying don't let these guys run a roughshod over us. There's 24 minutes left. They're going for touch. He's pointing to touch. Obviously, Ezra Mann and Cleary do not like each other one iota. Now, Broncos trying to resurrect the game. It can only happen through way of a try, I believe. And let's see what they do here. Going through the middle with a lovely run is Payne Haas. Nearly got through. And then jinking off those long legs of his Ezra Mann. Got a short body, but long legs. Very fast, of course. And now Hunt looking for a play out wide here. Brian Toto puts the kick in, but that's gone too far. And Penrith too far for Dean Mariner. So I think Penrith will have to play the ball here. Penrith playing it. Nice run from Toto from the first hitter. 14 points to 6. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. This is it going to have a giant climax, or is Penrith going to seal the game, or we're going to just be battling like this for the next 23 and a half minutes? Then he pushed off the ball, Tygo. Then he got to halfway here. Good run by Dylan Edwards. Plays the ball to Mitch Kenny. Cleary's following him. Good run from Mitch Kenny. Great run. He's lost the ball, though. He tried to get another metre or so, and he's lost the ball. They're going to go for a challenge. I think this is a wasted challenge. Unless there was a hand in there that I didn't see. Thanks for joining us here on Every Point's a Winner. So far, we haven't got any try as a winner. It's been minimal tries. And knowing the style of game, I just thought that a little bit more openness, but no, there's too much to play for at this stage. Did he reef it out of Mitch Kenny's hand, or did Mitch Kenny just lose it clean? You be the judge. I can't tell from here. The TV's so far away. Might have been upheld, thrown out. Yep, no more challenges left for Panthers. One for Broncos. As soon as I saw it, I thought Kenny's just lost it cold there. So Broncos, is that just on halfway? Can't see from this angle. No, it's on the 30-metre mark, not quite at halfway of the Broncos' half. Broncos with the ball. Second tackle. Not quite to halfway, about 35 metres out from their own line. Now 45 and across the halfway. Ben Hunt goes in the dummy half. Finds Ezra Mann. Nearly got through with that sidestep of his. But Liam Henry came again after missing him the first time with Yayo and took him out. Trying to get through there is Huss. They are about 27 metres out from the line here on the 5th. They've gone for a little chip over the top. Brian Toto takes that easily. And I don't think that was the right decision. Anyway, they're caught in their own 10 here. Nearly pulled his pants off him. Ben Hunt. Going for a little bit of a run there. Good run from Alamotti. They need a few more hit-ups like that. They're already on the 4th and only 35, now 42 metres out from their own line. So big kick is needed here from Cleary or the boys. They find Nathan. Nathan with a big kick here. They need a good chase though, because picking it up is Reece Walsh. He gives the ball to Mariner, and Mariner runs straight into Lindsay Smith, who's now on. And now taking the ball up. Couldn't quite see, his number was too far away. Yeah, that happens to be Corey Jensen. Reece Walsh crying out for the ball. And now a kick from Reynolds. Has he gone for it? Or has it gone straight into Dylan Edwards' hands? It was actually Brian Toto who was out there waiting. Plays to Lungy, goes in the dummy half. Oh, awful pass from dummy half, mate. Pick up your game, Blaze to Lungy. Good run from Alamotti again. Jeez, he's been outstanding. 19 minutes and 57 seconds left. For the 4th tackle, they're just inside of the half now. Across the 40 here, Penrith with fast hands. Blaze Talungi nearly got through. He needed that extra hand and another player right next to him. Now, with a kick through here, chasing the ball, Liam Martin. He's been taken out of it, Liam Martin, and that'll be a penalty to the Penny Panthers. Someone took him out. Yeah, someone tackled him without the ball. I think it was Ezra Mann showing some levels of ill discipline there. What are they going to do here? We're waiting on a decision. Yeah, it comes down to the bunker fronts. Okay, they're trying to see whose hand it came off. Did it go backwards? Was it a knock on? Was the player taken out? They're still looking at it. Here it is here. So there's no doubt about it. Ezra Mann and could have been Hetherington. Couldn't see who else it was. Anyway, Penrith get the ball. And that's Corey Jensen in with a nice tackle. Big Liam Lindsay Smith nearly barged his way over there. Trying to get through Isaac Tungo. Now, Out wide here, McLean. They've dropped the ball, Penrith. It's not a way to finish that Nathan would have liked to have finished. Loose hands out wide there. I don't know who dropped it. I know McLean was there. There was another player. Camera was that far away. But now Broncos have it, 10 metres out from their own line. We have 18 minutes and 23 seconds left. We've been totally, unless we get a crazy try score in the next 18 minutes from both sides, we've been poleaxed here. There's a play the ball mishap, and it's play onto the Broncos. There's a man really in a savage mood at the moment. And I don't know whether it's in a good savage mood. You can play with aggression, but you don't be stupid at the same time. But anyway, it's gone straight down to Dylan Edwards there, or Brian To'o. Edwards is waiting for the ball. He might go into dummy half there. Have a little run himself. Here we go. Dylan Edwards tries to take it to halfway. Brought down by Hunt and Jensen. Another nice tackle there on Alamotti with a good run. Lindsay Smith, a big run. But he's been caught by Jordan Ricky there and pushed back another 10 metres. Is that Alamotti with another run? No, it's Leota, his lookalike brother. And now a kick where the 10-metre mark is, but no pressure for Mariner. Gives it to Walsh. Walsh slipped over. I think that ground has definitely got some moisture on it as the sun has now gone away and the dew has seems to be a lot of slipping from the players on the field here. Now Mariner trying to break clear. At the 30-metre mark, they're running out of options, Broncos at this stage. They're 33 metres out from their own line, trying to spin it. Ezra Mann's throwing people off left, right and centre, but he won't throw Yayo. And now a kick on the 40-metre mark, but that's going to go straight into Dylan Edwards' hands. And Edwards will return the ball back on the 30, looking for players. Edwards is nearly through. Great run by Edwards. Taken out by Jordan Ricky with a big tackle. 40 metres. Brian To'o nearly to the 50 on the 48-metre mark here on the second tackle. Big Lindsay Smith. Monstered there by some of the bigger forwards of Broncos. And back again. He's looking for help. Runners. Is that Yayo on the? That's Yayo. Yayo is in the clear. Now, pass it out wide here. Casey McLean tried to go himself. Brian To'o would have been sold a dump, so he did the right thing, and his underpants are showing. You've got 6 more there. How did Cleary get that? What a piece of magic. He's got the ball on a string, Cleary. He really has. I can't believe he did that and got away with it. Big Lindsay Smith. Big Lindsay. Mitch Kenny wasn't expecting that ball and luckily picked it up. Leota. Penrith. Where's Smith when you need him? Or Liam Henry? Cleary tried to go himself. Looked like Casey McLean overran him. Yayo trying to get over. We got him as well as a rank outsider bet. Let's go here. Push it out wide. Now back to the middle. Lindsay. They're a bit flat-footed here. Leota looking for runners. Couldn't get that hand loose. Kenny. Oh, someone was tripped over there. Was it Garner? Garner tripped over one of the other defenders. Someone that had a cramp. Is that Shivasaki with a cramp? I can't see from here. Oh, he put his foot at you. That's There was Haas. Haas cleaned up at the back there. And now he needs a bit of a, as the sun goes down on the stadium. We have 13 minutes left. I can't see us getting an anytime try scorer. This game's just been so tight and so close. A little bit of blood coming from the eye there of Big Payne Haas. Awful kick from Walsh. Or did it work? Penrith got it. McLean. That stung him a bit, that tackle. Brian To'o. Trying to work magic here. Oh, I think one of the big forwards might go over here. Liam Henry's now looking for runners. Isaac Targo about 4 metres out from the line here, pressing on the third tackle. Broncos trying their best to hold them out here, but he couldn't get his hands clear there, Blaze Talangi. So he's brought to the ground. A nice tackle from Reynolds. 3 metres out from the line now, pushing hard as Garner. This is where they need Josh Ali'i or one of the other big forwards in Liam Henry. But it's gone straight into a beautiful slips catch there by Kobe Hetherington. And now Broncos working away from that danger zone. Good tackle there by Yayo and also Nathan Cleary. Looks like a little run there from Karapani. And now good tackle there on the big giant Xavier Willison. Now they're spinning it wide, Broncos. They seem to be running out of answers here. But Nelly Katoni Staggs has got his arm free, and that's danger. God, he's a good player. That's going to be 0 tackle. Yep. Trying to push through there. Is that Jensen? He's got his hands loose. Now, Broncos. Good tackle there. Is that Cleary? What a tackle. 30 metres out, now 20. Big tackle from Yayo and Cleary again. They're getting through a mountain of work, those two. Now, big Mam on the burst. Going the opposite side here. He's found someone. No, not Mam. No. Going over. Play on, if that's play on. Penrith have let in a try here to, is it number 16? I think it's Xavier Willison. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like Xavier Willison. It's not one of our forwards that we needed. And it just happened to be that it went straight into his hands there. And Broncos survive at the moment. Well, Xavier Willison 16, and that looked like number 16 to me. We'll just double check it on the website. Yeah, it was Xavier Willison. Katoni Staggs and Xavier Willison against the 2 tries of Alamotti. Wow. Nice hit back. And finally, a big mistake from Nathan Cleary. You won't want to watch that replay too often. And just picking up on the loose ball. Shame it wasn't one of our try scorers. It wasn't Brendan Perkura or one of the other bolters. But Xavier Willison, if you've got him, you've got yourself probably 11 or 8, 10 to 1 there, possibly. Oh, Reece Walsh has hit the post. He's made it more difficult for the Broncos, but they're still within a converted try of winning the match. It was a total mix-up with that nice little kick and it was all started with Ben Hunt and from a pass, I think, from Jensen. which led to that chaos mix-up, and the ball bounced straight back into number 16's hands. People couldn't believe he hit the upright. It wasn't that hard, that one. But anyway, they've given themselves a sniff anyway, Broncos. There's still 9 minutes. That's a lot in rugby league left to go in this game. So, Broncos with a kickoff. Running it up there, Jensen. Liam Martin's come to the bench. Nice run there from Ricky with the headgear. Gordon Ricky. Broncos pass it inside there yet again. Try score Willison. Is that Pekura with a run? Or Payne Huss? He's still limping, Payne Huss. That's outrageous. Still got that ankle niggling injury. Brian To'o. 40 metres out from the line here. That kick's going like midfield to about the 20. It hasn't gone deep enough. There's a second kick here. Maybe too deep. No, it's bounced perfectly. And Blaise Talangi has done a crazy thing, craziest thing I've seen, to pass it so they didn't get trapped in their own goal line there. Unbelievable. That's so dangerous to do, but they got away with it. Edwards came away with it from that pass, the dangerous pass. 20 metres out. Blaise Talangi sort of talk about balancing on a high wire with that pass. Casey McLean looking for some way out of their own 30-metre zone here. Is that Alamotti with another run? An outstanding match so far. Now Cleary with a kick, looking for a 40-20. That's not going to make anywhere near a 40-20. And a big, big run here from Mariner by the looks of it. And with Reece Walsh going to dummy half, out to Ezra Mann. Ezra Mann muscled down 40 metres out from their own line. The Broncos here. Nice tackle there on the big fella, the big try scorer. And Xavier Willison. And Penrith keep them to the fourth tackle, just into their half now. Broncos are working it. And Lindsay Smith. And now on is number 14 for the, I know he's Brad Schneider, yeah. Big kick here. Going up strongly was Dylan Edwards, very safe hands. Brian To'o. Tackled by Tony Staggs. Good defence here. Broncos, they got their backup since that try from Xavier Willison. Nice run from Alamonte. He's done so much. He's going to sleep well tonight, Alamonte. Cleary, Papali'i. Isaac Tunga plays the ball. Papali'i. Sort of kicked down to the 35-metre mark there. Running back here is at Karapani. Right down his gullet. He'd like to make up for that mistake, Cleary. And now just getting over the 40-metre mark there. Broncos needing a converted try to win the match. It's down to that park style of game. Next try wins the match. Players are not only freaking out, but all the coaches got hands above their head with mad anxiety going on. That wasn't a good pass from the Broncos. But clearing up on the halfway there is Adam Reynolds. And now, is that Jensen? He's taking it over there. Yep. To the 40-metre mark on the 5th. A pass inside, outside here. Oh, that didn't work out too well. Who's going to play the first and second knock-on? Oh, my God, it's a feed to the Broncos. Someone stuck his hand out there and is now given. Are they going to have a look at that? Let's have a look. It was a nice pass between Tyson Smoothie and Haas, was it? And Haas threw the ball. It came off Blaze Talungi's hands by the looks of it. And then it went back, but they played that first knock on against the Panthers. So Broncos trying desperately here. $23 metres out from the line. Big Willison making ground. Hunt into dummy half. Reece Walsh trying his best to get through. Passes the ball out to Dean Mariner. I can't believe that he's got over Dean Mariner. That is awful defence by the Panthers out there. What happened? The fact that they had time to reset, the ball bounced before Mariner picked it up, and he still gets over, that's phenomenal. 14 all, Broncos could cause the boil over of the century. To Scotty's absolute delight, with 6 minutes left. There, Brian Toto come off his wing. Oh, and that little sidestep from Dean Mariner, Lindsay Smith couldn't stop it. There, Brian Toto was out of position. So unlike him. Dean Mariner spotted a gap. He knew Brian Toto was a bit legless, who had to picked himself off the ground. But Reece Walsh found the gap there and threw a basketball pass over to Dean Mariner, who's gone over. Dean Mariner's gone over and scored the try. We're just waiting for Reynolds to convert here. Oh, they're going with Reynolds to kick it rather than Reece Walsh. This is really interesting. Maybe he's better from the sideline. We'll soon find out. You wanted a climactic ending, you were going to get one. And it could be the end of the Panthers dynasty. It looked like it was at the start of the year. Amazing to come this far, Panthers. Depends on this kick. Is it in? Is it out? Does it go over? Go the Bronze. There's a few people praying for this to go over. Some people will be hoping he shanks it. Reynolds comes in and kicks the ball. Is it straight between the posts? It's beauty. They've hit the lead, the Broncos. Wow. 16-14 with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left. Finally, we're going to get a non-Penrith Storm grand final, I think. Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad. Cupify. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hi, Dad. Well, I tell you what, I don't know how Dad feels at the moment. The coach of Panthers, I think he'd be freaking right out now. With a 2-point lead, with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left from the kickoff. They've gone for the shorter kickoff, but it's gone straight into Dean Mariner's hands. And he's come up with a ribcage tickler there. A little bit winded. Casey McLean, there was nothing untoward there. A little bit of a late. No, they just let it go. All right. Look how they've all come to the sideline, the Broncos. They're freaking out. Because you have to watch out for a possible Cleary 2-point field goal. But they're going to do their best they can because they weren't fit completing their sets of six in that first half, or they've certainly turned it around from a lot of bad ball handling from Panthers here in the second half. They're to the 40 metres out here. Little chip there by Reynolds goes down to exactly what they wanted. Nice professional kick from Reynolds there and good chase. They are caught 3 metres out from their own line, 5 metres out from their own line. And a lot of Panthers fans here will be chewing their nails off. That's got to be a penalty. But, Edwards knows how to milk them. Silly work by Katoni Staggs, because you don't want to, in the last minute and 40 seconds, give Nathan Cleary a sniff of a 2-point field goal. There's going to be so much pressure. I don't know how he's going to get it anyway. But they're working it up now. Panthers, they're about 33 metres out from their own line and nearly to the 40. As they press forward here, Dylan Edwards to play Isaac Targo. Is that Alamonte coming off the wing? Can't quite see the number. Yes, I think it is. Now to the 40-metre mark. Nice deep pass in the middle. Is there enough time for them to go for a 2-point field goal here, or they're going to go for a try? What's going down here? Lindsay Smith. Is that Moses Leota? Can he get... He's gone back for the 40-20. I don't think he's going to get it now. That's too much pressure. And now someone's had another shank at it, and that's gone nowhere. Edwards had a shot at it. I think they've got the game wrapped up here. Look at Payne Haas. Well done, Scotty. Well done, all you Broncos fans. They're going to win it by 2 points. So that penalty goal, or the conversion, didn't make a difference in the end. Reece Walsh limping back. They're all carrying little niggling injuries. We got poleaxed, ladies and gentlemen, with our try scorers here. No one thought it was going to be such a tight match with only, 5 tries in the match. 2 to the same player. They hurt us with any time try scoring. 15 seconds left. The try scorer, Xavier Willison, might be the last guy to play the ball here. 7 seconds. It's actually Ben Hunt. And now Reece Walsh runs back, kicks it out on the full. And that's all she wrote. Penrith's dynasty has come to a close, and Broncos have done it. So the big ticket stays alive for Peter Connors. Well done, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here on Every Point's a Winner. And although I might not be your dad, Codify, please join us for the grand final, won't you? We'll be doing the ladies' grand final, and then we'll be calling the men's in the night time. Katoni Staggs deserved it, played outstanding. Shame to see that Walters is out for the season. Solid game from Reynolds. Look at Madge, an outstanding coach. He won the State of Origin series for New South Wales 2 series ago, and then got the big job taking over from one of the Walters up there at the Broncos, and has done pretty well with them to get him to the grand final after the and such vengeance after that. Was it 2023, 2 years ago? So that's why there was so much anger and passion in this game. Thanks very much for joining us here, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, join us for, is it Sunday they're playing the grand final? I imagine it is. But we'll be doing the ladies. Just check out on the website. You'll get some pre-scheduled information coming through your subscription. And thank you for joining us here today. We had a clean sweep. Although we had Alamonte, we didn't have Xavier Willison, and I've had him many times before. We didn't have him, nor the other try scorer. So it is what it is. Cops your wins with your losses. As long as you bet responsibly, that's the main thing. They're just interviewing Reece Walsh now. Time for me to go and have some beautiful leftovers, and at a lovely lady's place, so we'll be going there. and probably feeding her cat first. And then who knows what happens after that. We'll be having leftovers, but not cat food. I'm Max Al Phillips. Thanks for joining us on Every Point's a Winner. Sorry I couldn't bring you into those try scorers today. It was a tough match to get through, but an exciting way, if you're a Broncos fan or a Brisbane fan, for them to get into the grand final against Melbourne. It's going to be at least it's going to be a different grand final compared to last year, where it was like watching paint dry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much. I'm Max L. Phillips. Until next time, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll always get back to you.